If you guys are looking for some cheap coins on FC25, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're fast, cheap and reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. Now in today's video guys, we have some tactics and roles for a formation that should literally be banned in FC25, this being the 5-4-1. Now if you want to know why this formation is so overpowered, well essentially every formation you pick is the formation that it will defend with when you don't have the ball. So for example, if you pick a 4-4-2 as the base formation, you'll defend as in a 4-4-2. If you pick a 3-back, it'll defend in a 3-back. But if you pick this 5-4-1, this will be your defensive shape when you don't have the ball. So it's basically an absolute rock when you're defending, and you can turn it into endless things when you are attacking, which makes it one of the most versatile and overpowered formations in this game. So with all that aside guys, let's get right into the video. Drop this video a thumbs up as it does massively help me out with the algorithm, and yeah, let's get right into it guys. Hope you enjoy. Okay then guys, so starting off with the tactics then. For the tactical preset, make sure you have this on custom. This is so it enables you to pick whichever tactics you want, otherwise you will be limited to a set range that EA have made. So make sure this is on custom and then pick the formation as the 5-4-1 flat here. So it's this variation here and it should look like it does on the right. For the build-up style guys, I like to personally have this on balanced as I find it to be the most varied in attack. So when you use balance guys, your players mix and match between coming short and also making runs in behind. So it's a really nice balanced AI and it helps you control the game a lot more. That being said, if you prefer using something like counter or short passing because that's something you're more comfortable with, then that is also absolutely fine. That is the great thing about the tactic system this year. There is no right or wrong, just pick what you prefer. It honestly does not matter all that much. Now for the defensive approach, again this is a preference based thing. I have it on balanced here, so my line height is on 50. This is just the default. The reason I like this is because my defensive line isn't too high and it's also not too deep, and I don't have to deal with everybody pressing automatically, so I can kind of just defend how I want to. So I like having it on the default, but if you guys want to make it like high or aggressive, then that is completely fine. Again, it is whatever you want to use. But yeah, I use it on balance. So that's that for the tactics part. Now moving on to the player roles. So like I said, without the ball, the reason this formation is so good is because that's how it defends. It's the 5-4-1. So that is the shape you will have when you don't have the ball. So it's very, very, very difficult to break down. But also importantly, when you're on the ball, this is a bit more what it looks like based on how I've got it set up. So let's quickly talk through this and explain why we do so. So on this striker here, I have Openda on Poacher. Now the reason we have Poacher is because if you read the description, the player's purpose is to score goals. So they're always going to be making runs and troubling the defense. And since Openda has the plus variation of this, it's worth me using because that's what he's best at. So like I said in previous videos, whichever players you put into these roles, it is ideal to get a player with the plus version or plus of that role if possible, but you don't have to completely force it if you don't want to. So it's just another thing to keep in mind. So we have him on Poacher and then leave the focus alone. Now moving on to what would be the right mid and the left mid when we're defending looks. So Coman and Sane, these two players here, we have them on inside forward plus and balanced focus. Now the reason we pop them in on inside forward is because it means these players are going to start their runs out here. So you can see without the ball, this is kind of their position, and then when we get the ball, they're going to make runs into these inward positions here to get closer to the striker and get in between those defenders. It's a very, very difficult area for defenders to mark, and it means players with pace and the plus variation of this role are going to get a lot of chances and create a lot for your team, because if you look at the heat map, you can see they make that transitional run into that middle area, which is very, very dangerous. So yeah, that is why we have both the right mid and the left mid on the inside forward. We also leave them on the balanced focus just so it is not too attacking, if that makes sense. Now, moving on to these two centre mids here. So for Kimmich, I have him on holding, so this is the left centre mid here. This is a player that's just going to act more like a guardian. They're just going to sit in that midfield looking to control the play. This is effective because he does have like that long ball plus play style, which means he's going to be very good at spraying out those passes. I like having one centre mid on holding in this formation. It just means you have a bit more control in in the midfield. Now for this right centre mid, I pop them on box to box and leave them on balance. Box to box players obviously get a bit more up and down the pitch. You can see with the heat map here, they're going to be a bit all over the place, which is actually really nice if you've got a player that can do it. As you can see, Tonali doesn't actually have the plus version of this role, but like I said, it doesn't matter. Obviously, if you can get them with that role plus or plus plus, it's beneficial, but don't worry about it too much. So box to box means this player is going to get up and down quite a lot. Now, moving on to the fullbacks, so the right back and the left back, this is where the main width is going to come in the team. So we pop both of these on attacking wing back and leave them on balance. Now, the reason we have them on attacking wing back is because if you look at the rest of the team, without the left back and the right back, you'll see it's very narrow, especially since we have the right mid and the left mid on inside forward, which means they're going to be in the more narrow areas. So by popping these like left back and right backs on attacking wing back, these are going to be the main players that give you the width in the team, which makes it very hard to defend, because as you can see, we've got lots of players in the narrow area causing problems, and then when we need to look out wide for support, we also have two wing backs flying down the wing, which makes it very, very difficult for anybody to defend against. The reason we go for balance as opposed to attack though is because it means they're not going to push as far up the pitch all the time, meaning you will be a bit more defensively solid. That being said, if you want to pop them on attack, and as you can see their heat map moves up quite a bit, then you can do that, but just beware, it is a little bit more risky. And then for these three centre backs, I leave them alone, but what I have tried doing is on this middle centre back here, Martinez, what I sometimes do is I pop him on ball playing defender as a player that's going to, you know, help us play out the back a little bit, but it's not something you have to do. These three defenders, I do suggest defender or, you know, whatever, but it's completely up to you. I like using defender primarily. I think it's the most reliable, but like I said, if you want to switch it up, use stopper or something like that, then that is completely up to you, and that is also fine. But again, I just leave them alone. For the goalkeeper, I leave them alone, but I have been thinking about popping them onto sweeper keeper. I might actually just leave him on that now to give him more of a go. But yeah, essentially, they are the tactics. So the reason, like I said, this is so overpowered is because, look, as you can see on the ball, this is the shape we have, which can be very, very aggressive and very difficult to defend against. And then the moment we lose the ball, it transitions into this, which is just impossible to break down at the best of times when every player is back into position. So that is why this formation is so good. It's why I think EA need to think about what they're going to do in their next update, because a lot of like the high rated players, the top end players, are using this formation because it's just an absolute rock in the defense, and you kind of just have unlimited creative freedom when you're going forward as well. So it is going to be a problem. I can guarantee you this formation will be a massive problem down the cycle of this game. But for now, yeah, they are the tactics. I hope you enjoy them. If you have liked the video, guys, please be sure to drop it a thumbs up, as I do really appreciate it and it helps me out massively. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are new, so you never miss out on any videos, of course, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. And yeah, with all that aside, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys, and take care.